Namaste. Hi, my little buddies. Welcome, my favorite set of people, to your favorite Yellow Classes General Knowledge with Medha Ma'am. How are you all? Everybody's doing fab, great, amazing. Yes, I'm doing gorgeous as well. And as always, super excited to have my audience right here. Yes, because I know that, me and my bacha party, we do a lot of fun together. Yes, of course, learning is there. But then when it's fun with learning, it's even more amazing. Yes, right? Okay. So, how's life? Okay, let's talk something. How are you all doing? How are your I'm sure some of you might be going through your examination phases. Some of you have already given the examinations. Some of you are going to face examinations. So, are you all doing good? Yes, kids, just don't worry, don't panic. Examinations are a way of, testing you. That, okay, fine, you know what? Are these kids good learners? But then trust me, the results of the examination will can never judge how good you all are at different skills, right? Ups and downs, all okay. We all sometimes are, perform amazing. Sometimes we perform low. It's okay. We just need to focus on one thing, that is give your best shot. Okay. Don't stop doing your hard work. Study everything. Not just because you have to, give the exams and stuff, but take interest, and I'm sure it will straight go in your heads. Right? All right. So, with that Medha ma'am's mantra, I am going to start my today's section. So, where are we going today? I'm sure you all have seen that, Medha ma'am at times takes you to some virtual tours, sometimes to one continent, sometimes to rivers, sometimes to mountains, sometimes somewhere. We all have been traveling virtually a lot, right? Well, I just thought that, why not continue the tradition of traveling even now? Well, yes. And how? How? Tell me. Only by taking you and telling you about something, or let's say some part of, certain, I would say, the continents that we live, on. Okay. Now, kids, we already have studied, we have seen about continents, we know about some continents, we will be studying about certain ones. Okay. Now, when you talk about continents again, we what did we see? We know that, the continents also have a lot of countries. Okay, so studying them all together becomes a hassle. How do we remember all of them together? So there is a very easy grouping that is done, okay, to understand these continents, the countries, etc., etc. Now, one such grouping is what we are going to have a look at today. Are you all ready? Yes, because I am. So, kids, today, Medha ma'am is going to take you on a virtual tour to none other than South Asia. Yay! Okay, yes. So, we all, I'm sure, know about the fact that Asia is the largest continent. Yes, a lot of important things lie in this continent. Now, we are specifically today, kids, going to talk about the south part of Asia. Okay, now, before I head on, I want to have a quick understanding that the directions are all clear to all my little kiddies. So, north is up, south is down. Okay, what about the east and the west? Tell me. So, one side is east, one side is west. Which side is east? Which side is west? Can you tell me? Well, this side, it is east, so obviously we are now facing each other. So if you just okay, I'll tell you in context of India, that's the best way to remember. Okay, so when you talk about Jammu and Kashmir, right up, that's the north. Okay, you go down Kerala, Tamil Nadu, south. Okay, now when you talk about the northeastern states, okay, the seven sisters, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, that's the eastern side. Okay, so that's east. And when you move towards Gujarat, that's the west. Okay, so now I think we are very clear about north, south, east, west. Okay, so today, kids, we are heading on to talk about the south part of Asia. Are you all ready? Show me a thumbs up. Yes, wonderful. All right, okay. Now, when you talk about South Asia, there are certain important countries that dominate the South Asia, that make up the South Asia. Okay, now let us have a quick look at those countries. So the one at the top here, we are seeing Nepal. So obviously right in the center, kids, we have India. Okay, and then we have Nepal. Then right to Nepal, we have here, this one is Bhutan. Okay, then we have here Bangladesh, if we can see here. Okay, then this is Sri Lanka. Okay, then moving here is Maldives. Then you have India, of course, we just talked about. Then this is Pakistan. And here this is Afghanistan. Okay, so predominantly these countries make up the South Asia. All right, okay. Now most of the countries, now here we know that they are also sharing their land borders with India, so they also happen to be our land neighbors. Then we also have our sea neighbors. All right, okay. So this is broadly the picture of South Asia that we have right in front of us. Now when I talk about South Asia, kids, there are things that we're going to look at in all the aspects. Okay, we're going to talk about the mountains, we're going to talk about the rivers, we're going to talk about soil. Okay, what supports what kind of crops, climates. Okay, a lot of things we're going to see. So keep your eyes and ears open, because there will be questions. Yes, and there are our favorite parts. So, okay, now let's head on to see the first part. Okay, now we just talked about the countries. So now we are going to have a quick look at the capitals of those countries. Okay, now this is very, very important. Questions can come from here. Well, Medha ma'am has just given us a hint that the questions can come from here. Whoa, all right. Now, no more hint needed, because you've already got the hint. Okay. So now, kids, let's start. Of course, we know about India. What's the capital? It is New Delhi. Okay. Now let's start from the beginning. So we have Afghanistan. Okay. So for Afghanistan, the capital is Kabul. All right. For Bangladesh, the capital is Dhaka. For Bhutan, it is Thimphu. Okay. For India, we just spoke, it's New Delhi. All right. Then for Maldives, it's Male. Right. Nepal, it's Kathmandu. All right. For Pakistan, it's Islamabad. All right. And for Sri Lanka, it's Colombo. Oh, okay. Yes. Very easy ones. A lot of them we have heard about a lot of times, right? We have heard the names, we have heard the capitals. All right. So quickly once again, so that it's right here in the head. All right. So Afghanistan's capital is Kabul. Bangladesh capital is, everybody say with me, Dhaka. Bhutan's capital is Thimphu. India is New Delhi. Maldives is Male. Nepal, Kathmandu. Pakistan, Islamabad. And Sri Lanka, it's Colombo. All right. Now, after looking at these amazing, the capitals of the countries, now let's have a quick look at an approximate, understanding of what is exactly the South Asia. Now, kids, if you talk about the South Asia, it is almost 11.7% of the entire Asian continent. And if you talk about the whole world, it's almost 3.5%. All right. Now, when I come to the population of this continent, the South Asian part, it is more than 2 billion, which is almost 1/4 of the world's population. Well, I am here, a part of South Asia. All right. And I'm just feeling, proud that, oh my God, I am 3.5% of the world's land surface area. I'm residing on it. Woohoo! Okay. I am loving it. Right. Also, kids, if you talk about the population of Asia, okay, now coming down. So it accounts for almost, I would say 40%. So 39.49, almost 40% of Asia's population, right? Over 24% of the world population. And the, I would say the variety of people. So it's home to vast array of people, right, kids? Yes, the size is huge. We are covering a lot of, area in terms when we compare population. Well, yes, South Asia does makes its mark. Do you all agree? Right, kids? Yes. And now we will be looking at a very, starting the very famous parts of understanding the South Asia better. We are looking at the mountains and the plateaus, kids. Okay. Now, the first one we are here talking about are the Himalayan mountains. We all have heard about the Himalayas, right? I call them the magical Himalayas, right? They are absolutely beautiful. They're mesmerizing and they are huge. They're tall. And, when they are covered with snow, it's just an altogether different view, right, kids? Okay. So here we are talking about Himalayan mountains. Now, these Himalayan mountains, kids, they act as a natural barrier to the rest of Asia, right? So it's almost like a, they form like a barrier like this. Okay. So barrier, what do you mean by a barrier? Barrier means something which separates. You use it to, okay, I'll put a barrier here so that this part and this part separates. Okay. So it's like a natural barrier which is standing right there, which separates it to the rest of Asia. And the amazing part is that it's still growing and colliding with Asia, right? So these mountains, we don't see them. They are not like humans that, we were born in babies and then suddenly we become, after a few years, we become this tall. No. So we can't see them like growing like this. They grow like really slow, but then they do. Okay. All right. So this was about Himalayan mountains. Now let us understand the name. Okay. Now when you see the name Himalaya, okay, now this word itself is made up of two words. Him, Ale. Okay. Now him means snow. Okay. Ale means home. All right. So basically mountains that are home to snow, or you can call them snow mountains, right? Yes. So him, Ale. So anytime now you are gonna listen to Himale, you will be like, okay, yes, I know what it is. Snow, home, right? Okay. And then of course, who does not know about Mount Everest? Yes, kids. Now Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. Now it lies somewhere between Nepal and Bhutan. Okay. Now it is South Asia is also the proud owner of the Mount Everest. Okay, approximately 8,849 meter, some up and down, right? Okay, so that is what we are talking about, Mount Everest. Okay, so Himalaya is what we just had a look at. Now we are going to talk about the next one, kids, which is called Hindu Kush Mountains. Okay, so Himalayan mountains was one. The second one here that we're talking about are Hindu Kush Mountains. Okay, now these Hindu Kush Mountains, kids, they again form like a barrier between Pakistan and Afghanistan. All right. Okay, now it's called the Water Tower of Asia. Whew, why is it called Water Tower of Asia? It's a mountain. Why is it called Water Tower? Well, it is because a lot of rivers come out of those mountains. Okay, so it's called the Water Tower of Asia. Okay, and the highest peak here is called Tirich-Mir. Okay, Tirich-Mir is the highest peak here. So we are just talking about Hindu Kush Mountains after the Himalayan mountains. Okay, now there are certain peaks in these mountains, kids, that are permanently glaciated. Ooh, you'll always see them white. They're like not brown, they're not green, they're always white. So permanently glaciated. Okay, now if you talk about the length, and I think what, I'm already mesmerized, it is almost 800 kilometers long, kids. Whew, oh my God. Okay, it just takes some time for me to digest these facts. Okay. And now we will quickly have a look at some major rivers that, flow through these mountain systems. So there is Helmand River, there is Hari Rud, and the Kabul River. Okay. So these are the main rivers that flow through this mountain system. All right. Okay. Now, heading on to something different after the Himalayas and the Hindu Kush. Now we are having a look at a very important aspect of the South Asia, and that is called the Khyber Pass. Okay. Now, what is the pass? Okay. Now this particular pass, kids, is, you can say, the national pass of Pakistan. Okay. Now this connects the frontiers of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Pakistan, to Afghanistan. Okay, so now you know the importance. All right. Now, why is it still very, very important? And it has always been important because it has always been a very important trade route between the Central Asia and the South Asia. Okay, so it acts like a connectivity route. Okay, now if you talk about the height, okay, the height of the Khyber Pass, kids, is I would say uh almost at a height of 1000 feet. Okay, the width is 140 meter. Okay, and when you talk about the area, yes, the area around the Khyber Pass is inhabited. Okay, there are a lot of tribes that are they have been living there. Okay, they're called Pashtun tribes. Okay, especially the Afridis, which are a part of the such tribes. Okay, so this is about the Khyber Pass. Okay, very, very important. We just got to know a lot of important things. All right. Now, the next part that we are seeing, kids, is the Deccan Plateau. Okay, now 1 or 2 points after this, and now then we'll be having the first round of polls. Okay, so talking about the Himalayas, the Hindu Kush, the Khyber Pass, we have now come to the Deccan Plateau. So if you can just look here in this map, we have come down central side. We have come down, we are moving towards the South India. Okay, now when you talk about the Deccan Plateau, kids, it is the only large plateau in the southern India. Okay, in fact, I would say in the South Asia itself, it is the only large plateau. Okay, now on the east and the west, there are ghats. So we have heard about the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. Yes, we have. Right, when we study India, we always hear about the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. Okay, so it is bounded by the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. And how are these Deccan Plateau, how is it formed? Well, it was formed by the volcanic activity, which lasted actually for millions of years. Okay, so that's how this Deccan Plateau has been formed. All right. Okay, now talking more about this plateau, kids, the size is humongous. Okay, so that's like almost, I would say, 32,000 square miles, almost. Okay, the elevation range means, you talk about the height, well, it varies from 2,000 feet also and 8,000 feet also. Okay, now it's this word, if you say, it has been derived from the Deccan, so it has been derived from the word Dakshin in Sanskrit. Okay, so Dakshin means south. All right, so Deccan Plateau is Dakshin Plateau, so it's derived from the word Dakshin. All right, so that's how we know that we are heading towards the south. Now, you know what? No, I don't want to talk about the rivers right now, because now I need to first check what all has gone in the heads. Okay, so are you all ready to face some shooting questions that Medha ma'am has to ask? Yes, are you all ready? You know what? I know you are my little geniuses and you are always ready, and you're saying, you know what, Medha ma'am, just shoot the questions, right? Yes, okay. So you all know what are our question patterns. Medha ma'am asks a question, 2 options, choose between A and B, and then we know what's right, what's wrong. But what is most important? Tell me, everyone. Well, the fact that we learn. Yes, okay, amazing. So here I am ready with my first question. Okay, My question to you all right now is, what is the capital of Bangladesh? I already gave you a hint to pay attention in the capital, right? Okay. So what is the capital of Bangladesh? Is it A, Dhaka, or is it B, Bangkok? I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking what are my students doing. Come on. What is the capital of Bangladesh? Is it A, Dhaka, or is it B, Bangkok? The time bird immediately starts flying, kids. When I tell you the question, the time bird starts flying. Quick. Come on. Very good. Okay. Yeah, I know. Time is saying to stop. Done. Okay. We now need to see what is the answer to this one. So what is the capital of Bangladesh? Dhaka, Bangkok. Well, the answer is Dhaka. Yay! Brilliant start, guys. Absolutely proud of you. Very good. Brilliant beginning. Okay. Now with that, I have to move on to my next question. Are you all ready? Show me a thumbs up. Say yes, ma'am. Like your style. Come on. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So Medha ma'am is also ready to shoot her question. What do I ask? Okay, I have another one for you, similar on the grounds of the first one. So tell me, kids, what is the capital of Sri Lanka? Well, I just like knowing more about the capital. So what is the capital of Sri Lanka? And your options are, is it A, Kabul, or is it B, Colombo? Kabul, Colombo, choose your option. Quickly. Yay, timer has already started. What is the capital of Sri Lanka? Is it A, Kabul, B, Colombo? Come on, kids. You are my little geniuses. I know that you know it. My awesome participants. Okay, last few seconds. I'll say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time's up. Okay, time's up. Let's see what all have you marked. Okay, now what is the capital of Sri Lanka? Medha ma'am, we know it. The answer is B, Colombo. Woohoo! Great job, guys. Amazing. My God, you still haven't told me. What all do you eat to maintain this brain? Ask your mommy. Tell me the recipes. I am not letting it go. All right. Okay. Coming to my third question. Okay. And after that, we have to see many things about South Asia. All right. So my third question to you all is, I want to ask a tricky one. Okay. Now, Hindu Kush mountains are known as Dash Tower of Asia. Okay. Hindu Kush mountains are known as Dash Tower of Asia. And your options are, is it A, water, or is it B, air? Okay, now think. I told you. Hindu Kush mountains are known as some towers of Asia. Water, air, I don't know. Mark it quickly. Good going. Hindu Kush mountains, water towers of Asia, air towers of Asia. Quick, everyone. All right. I know. I'm going to see some amazing percentage of attempt here. So, last few seconds. And we now need to see the answer. Okay, let's see. Yes, kiddies. So, Hindu Kush mountains are known as Dash Tower of Asia. water, air, water. Well, ma'am, it is a water. Woohoo! Very, very well done, my little participants. I'm absolutely amazed and, really happy with the way you guys, respond, learn, and then finally, I realize, okay, fine, my little kiddies are learning. Great job. Okay. So now we need to head back to our virtual tour to see what's more in South Asia. Okay, now kids, we are going to talk about the rivers and the plains. So after the mountains and the plateaus, we have now come to the rivers and the plains. So there are three great rivers that we can say. So it's Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Okay, and they begin in Himalayas. Okay, so we just talked about the Himalayan mountain ranges, right? So these three great rivers that are a part of South Asia, Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Now they begin in Himalayas. Okay. Now we will have a quick look at their approximate flow. So you can see now this is kids Ganga rivers map. If you can see, it's almost 1,560 miles long. Okay. So this is about the Ganga river. Then talking about the Brahmaputra. Okay. So now Brahmaputra, if you can see the yellow line here. Okay. Now this is the Brahmaputra. This is the flow of Brahmaputra. Now it is almost 1,800 miles long. Okay. The total flow of Brahmaputra. And the next one, kids, is Indus River. So here, if you see the blue marked flow, okay, now that is the Indus River. The length is almost 1,975 miles long. All right. So the three great rivers. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Now we know about them. Okay. So now it's time for us to look at the plains. Okay. Now, the first one that we are talking about is the Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay. Now, if you look at the map here, kids, now the green part, I would say this is the Indo-Gangetic plain, the area that it covers. Okay. Now, I would say the North India, if I talk primarily about the regions, like, the main regions, I would say North India, I would say Pakistan, Nepal, then I would say the Bangladesh area. Then you also have Bhutan and the Northeast India. That primarily all of it falls under the Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay. And the rivers, we have all the three rivers which form, this plain, that is Indus, the Ganges, and the Brahmaputra. Okay. Now, this entire belt, kids, is considered to be extremely heavily populated area. Okay. So technically most heavily populated, you can say. All right. So Indo-Gangetic plain, we have just had a look at the areas that it cover. Okay. The great three rivers which form these plains. And then of course, the area is extremely populated. Okay. All right. Now, we are talking about some important, ingredients, that make up South Asia, and that are called the resources. Okay. Now, talking about the resources, kids, water obviously is a prime resource, right? We have a lot of rivers, the drainage system is strong, and then of course, soil. Okay. Now, both of these systems, both of these resources, why are they important? Okay, because they provide food. Okay, on the soil, we do farming, agricultural activities, right? Water, fishing, right? Then there is one particular type of soil which is dominant, I would say in India specifically, is alluvial soil. It's extremely fertile. Okay. If you talk about water, kids, water is, as we just talked about, not just fishing, not just for water activities, it is also very, very important in maintaining this crop. So basically, water helps the soil, right? They work like partners, like, we are partners, let's work together. Okay, so it's used in crops maintenance, transportation, right? So extremely important two resources that we are talking about. Okay, and after that, the next part that we are seeing, the important thing, another one in South Asia are the forests. Okay, now forests, kids, are extremely important. I don't say just in South Asia, for the whole world. Okay, forests, I would say, are life. We humans are breathing oxygen, we are throwing out carbon dioxide. The plants, the trees around, they are taking in that carbon dioxide, and they are making sure they're making this place a habitable place for us. Okay, now forests are of different types, right? There are rainforests, there are highland forests. But then what is deforestation? Okay, you just must have realized that, when Medha ma'am talked about forests, she was really excited. But then suddenly, when Medha ma'am talked about deforestation, she was not really happy. And why is that so? Well, kids, deforestation means cutting off the trees, chopping off the trees. No, we don't do that. We don't want to do that. You know why are trees being cut? Because they have to clear the lands to make shopping complexes, buildings, apartments. But we don't realize that these forests are home to animals. Where will they go? Will they come out on the roads? Obviously, then they will, and they will eat the humans. Where will these animals go, right? So, yes, I understand to a certain extent, probably it's necessary, but not to an extent that, the climate starts reacting, right? The earth, the mother nature starts reacting, right, kids? So this deforestation, what all does it leads to? Well, not just the things that I said, but it also leads to soil erosion. The fertility of the soil gets affected. Okay, flooding, floods happen. We just realize, why are floods happening everywhere? Why are landslides happening everywhere? Well, the question to this answer is because we are playing with nature, right? Habitat loss, of course, there are a lot of, not just animals, there are tribal populations, there are people who are living in the forest, they are dependent on the forest. So we are technically destroying homes, right? So forests are very important, and please say no to deforestation, right, kids? Yes, now we all know. Now, after talking about these resources, we are now having a quick look at the minerals. Okay, now, of course, in the South Asia, India is one of the largest, in coal production. So minerals are very, very important. We have been, exporting a lot of minerals to other countries. Okay, apart from coal, of course, uranium, oil, iron ore, diamonds, all of these are found in India. Okay, so kids, India has a very strong position, in South Asia, and that's why whatever we talk about, India plays a very, I would say, like a face it is of South Asia when we talk, right, kids? Yes. All right, now moving on, after talking about the minerals, then there's another one called mica. Okay, now mica is also found here, which it's used in a lot of electrical equipments. Okay, majorly in the computer industry. Okay, a lot of other places. So mica is another very important mineral. All right, now if you talk about Sri Lanka, now Sri Lanka has very, I would say, much in reserves, the sapphires and the rubies. Okay, now they are very important precious stones. Okay, you must have seen sometimes they're also in the rings or in the jewelry they're used. Okay, so Sri Lanka has sapphires and rubies. All right, now talking about the other, so we just talked about Sri Lanka, we just saw India. Now, most potential and valuable minerals of Pakistan. Okay, now they include marble, granite, then you have copper, gold, iron ore, bauxite, crude oil. Okay, all these are potential and valuable minerals of Pakistan, right, kids? So these are the different we are talking about the different countries of South Asia and their important minerals and all. Okay, now talking about some climate regions. Okay, now climate is very important to understand for any particular region. Now, South Asia, when you talk about the climate regions, there are different climate regions. Okay. Now, if you look in this map out here, there are colors which have been indicated. So we can see the orange color, okay, which indicates the semi-arid. Okay. The yellow color is arid. So like, the desert area, you can say. All right. Now here, this light pinkish is the highland. So they're cold. You can call them the coldest, right? Now here, if you see this brownish or some form of greenish, you can say brownish greenish, is the humid subtropical. Okay. So they're the lush land. All right. Then, this pink area is the tropical wet and dry. Okay. They receive very good amount of rainfalls. Okay. So, and this magenta here, you can say they are the tropical wet regions. Okay. So these are the type of climatic regions which are there. They are there in every part of the world. Okay. But here we are talking about the South Asia. All right. Okay. Now, heading on to this one important aspect of the climate are the monsoons. Now, what are monsoons? We do keep hearing a lot of, oh yeah, monsoons are coming, monsoons are coming. What are monsoons? Well, monsoons are seasonal winds. Okay. Now, what is good about the monsoons? Well, we all wait for the monsoons because the monsoons bring rains with them, right? They bring rain, and rain is very important for agriculture, for the farming activities. Yes, and of course, sometimes there are regions which do not receive rainfall for years, number of years. When they get rainfall, it's like a sigh of relief for them, right? So that is the good part about monsoons. Now, what is the bad part about monsoons? Well, at times there are certain regions which get, like amazing, unpredictable rains, and because of which there are floods that are caused, and that is not a good part about the monsoons, right, kids? So as you all know that there are two sides of a coin. Nothing is always good, nothing is always bad. So monsoons also have two sides, some good, some bad, right, kids? Yes. Now, monsoons also can be understood in this aspect. So there are winter monsoons. Okay. Now, what are winter monsoons? Winter monsoons, you can say that, specifically in the Indian context, they do not get a lot of rains in India. Okay. So they are like dry air, you can say. Okay. However, the eastern part, the eastern coast of India, that receives a significant amount of rainfall during the winter monsoon. Now, the time period is November to April. All right. So usually the northern part of India, November, December, January, February, they are like cold months. Okay. So that's why the winter monsoons. Okay. Then we have the summer monsoons. Now, summer monsoons that occur between, if you say April to September, you can also say May to October. Technically, yeah, most of it finishes by September. Okay, now that is the wet season. Okay, warm, moist air, heavy rainfall, humid climate. These are some important features of the summer monsoons, right, kids? Yes. Okay. Now, apart from that, what is also important to read are the cyclones. Okay. Now, cyclones, what are them? Now, we do hear about, if we see the news channels, we say, there are weather predictions of a cyclone happening. So they inform those areas in advance that there's a cyclone predicted, something like that. Now, kids, cyclones are violent storms. They are very dangerous. Okay. In fact, Indian oceans, the Indian coastline, we have had multiple cyclones that we have witnessed in, the past few years. In fact, even now, during the monsoon period, or we do, there is a cyclone happening sometime or the other. Okay. In fact, India, Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka, they are the mostly affected by these cyclones. Okay. In fact, since 2010, almost 40 to 42 cyclones have hit these regions. Okay. They are not very good, to be honest. In fact, they're not good at all. Okay. They cause destruction. Now, From the climate kits, we move on to the farming systems of South Asia. Now, farming system, when we talk about, is depending again upon the soil, upon the region, patterns, is the the different crops are grown. Okay, so some are rice favorable systems, some are rice wheat farming system, some are wheat farming system, some are rain fed, some are dry rain fed, some are pastoral farming. Okay, some are sparse arid. Okay, now these soils, different soils are good for different types of crops. So hence it is important to understand the different farming systems of South Asia. All right, kids. Okay, and now talking about what are the important economic activities and resources. Now, kids, agriculture, manufacturing, infrastructure, these have been developing, and our economies in the South Asia have been primarily, depending, they have been putting their investments in these different sectors. Okay, because they are the booming sectors, they have been doing good. Okay, so this is about the economic activities and the resources. Okay, and then kids, we have come to the last segment of this session, that is the silk cultivation. Okay, now this is also a very important economic activity, because silk is something which has been used, it has been known in the South Asia since, like, ancient times. Now its cultivation has mainly been dependent upon the mulberry silkworm. Okay, which dates back to like 4,500 years. Okay, and India is one of the leading producers of silk in the world. Yes, we do take that credit, kids. Right on. And with that, we have come to an end of this phenomenal session. So huge round of applause. Yes, of course, this round of applause was for you, for me, and for us together. Yes, kids, do you all agree? Okay. Wow, what amazing learning we had, and I think that is the most significant part, that you learn, and with you I also learn, right, kids? Yes, adults also learn. Nobody is perfect. We all learn with time. We all learn different things, right, kids? Okay, amazing. So with that, it's time for Medha ma'am to quickly jump to the last round of today's questions. So are you all ready? Should I put my questions quickly? Yes? Okay. You all know already what we do. So with that, I come with my first question. Okay. Now my first question is a simple one. Just stay focused. Okay. India is one of the largest in coal production. It's a statement I'm giving you. India is one of the largest in coal production, and your options are: is it A, true, or is it B, false? Now think, kids. Think. Yes. Come on. I'm saying India is one of the largest in coal productions. You think it's true, you think it's false. Come on. I don't know. It can be true. It can be false. You have to think. Come on, kids. Last few seconds left, everyone. What are my kids going to answer? And time's up. Yes. Okay, let's see what have you marked. So India is one of the largest in coal productions. Is it true? Is it false? Well, ma'am, it is true. Yes, brilliant. India is one of the largest in coal production. That is absolutely correct. Woohoo! Well done, kids. I am so happy. And also that brings me to our finale question. Yay! Are you all ready? So stick to the screens for Medha ma'am's finale question, and that is: what are cyclones? Okay, my question is, what are cyclones? And your options are: is it A, simple air, or is it B, violent storms? Woo! What do you think is the answer? Come on. What are cyclones? Are they A, simple air, or they violent storms. So choose between A and B quickly because this is our finale question, everyone. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. All right. And yes, very good. Here we go. So what are cyclones, kids? Okay, quickly, let's see what all have you marked. So are they simple air or are they violent storms? Well, you all have marked it right. The answer is they are violent, violent storms. Very, very good. Huge round of applause, everyone. I am very, very proud of the way you all have attempted the questions. And with that, we come to an end of this session. Whew, so much information, so much, knowledge we got today. So, kids, now after having a tour of the South Asia, what do we do in the end? Well, yes, we have to have a little yellow class tip from Medha ma'am, right? What is the yellow class tip that Medha ma'am is going to give today? Well, tell me. Tell me. Okay, my yellow class tip, again, simple but very important. Okay, and that is, tell me, respect. I know you will say, ma'am, respect your elders, but not just elders. Respect your elders and respect your friends as well. Yes, kids, it's not just our elders that, we should respect. No, we should respect our friends as well, our cousins as well, any person who is around us, right? Because the more you give respect, the more you gain, right? Will you all stick to this? And will you all also make sure that everyone is following this around you? Right? Amazing. Okay, kids. So, yes, I will be waiting as always to see your amazing works on our social media platforms. Okay. And kids, please do keep exploring Yellow Class. We are making sure that all our little kids get a lot of knowledge. You all fulfill your hobbies and have a lot of fun as well. Right? Yes. So keep exploring, keep learning. And I promise to come back very, very soon in your favorite Yellow Class General Knowledge with Medha ma'am. Bye-bye.